After na ma-arrest yung si Rashid sa Bulacan, nagtago siya, no? Nagtago siya. And he thought for a while na akala niya tapos na yung operation. So after na nagtago siya, then pumunta siya sa normal pumasok siya. Pumasok siya sa hospital, kukunin niya yung staff na because he is an X-ray technician there. Doon siya nahuli sa hospital. So he's also a resident of Santa Ana, Bulacan, kagaya ni Rashid. Kasama ba siya?
He's not from Marawi, he's a resident of Bulacan.
Pero he's a Balik Islam.
Yes, part of the cell that is being used by the Mindanao group. He's part of the cell now operating in northern part of provinces, Bulacan and nearby provinces, in support of the group of Ansar al-Khalifa in the Philippines.
Has Long been jailed in that
Yes, he is. But based on information, he has been traveling to and from different places in the south.
Well, number one, we all know that they belong to one cell, no? Since nung umpisa pa lang, alam natin na itong mga to, they belong to one cell and they're about mga 5 sa grupo nila. So we're still up going after 2 of their members.
Sir, bata pa, no? Sir, anong full name niya, sir? Chief? Sir? Sir? Excuse me. Sir, anong full name niya, sir?
His full name is Muhammad Humauas. Muhammad Humauas. Humau das as. Hindi yung double A-double-S, A-A-S.
Elias.
Humau das as.
Humau das as. Sir, pwede bang i-elaborate niyo, sir, kung paano talaga siya na-aresto? Kailan siya na-aresto? Saan siya nagtago? Parang ganun, sir.
Nagtago siya doon sa Bulacan. He never left the place, actually. After the arrest of Rashid, he never left the place. Nung nakita niya na aresto siya, nagtago siya. And then after, nung namaglal, akala niya wala nang follow-up operation, that's the time na kukunin niya sana yung kukunin niya yung mga gamit niya doon sa hospital. And he's about to flee, no? Doon na siya nakuha ng ating mga operatiba.
Kailan yun, sir? Kailan?
That's about December 3 na huli, December 3.
Thank you, sir.
Anong participation niya doon sa pag-iwan ng committee?
Kasama siya doon sa grupo. Kasama siya dito sa 3. Remember, nandito siya, ito siya. Part siya na nag-casing doon sa Luneta. At nag-iwan doon sa IED, doon sa Baywalk. Ito siya.
Ay, sir. Sir, may info tayo kung paano naging miyembro ng grupo itong mga to. Kasi parang may trabaho naman siya, sir, di ba? Paano sila na-recruit? Paano?
Well, unang-una, itong mga to, Balik Islam ito. No? Before kasi maging convert ka, may mga indoctrination yan. No? And then they'll brainwash you. Ganun ang yan, para ka lumilipat from one religion to another. So you have to believe on what their religion says. Ganun yun. Kaya yung radical mentality, talagang yung bago ka i-convert, kasi parang magiging yung thinking mo magiging radical. Kaya ganun. So you see, yun yung dyan. Kasi there is indoctrination. Remember, from one religion to another, bago ka i-convert dyan, merong indoctrination.
Sir, gano'n na sila katagal na member ng group?
Around mga 4 years na.
Sir, good morning. Sir, nakikipag-cooperate ba yung suspect sa investigation? So far, may mga nare-reveal na ba siya?
Yes, they're very cooperative. In fact, Rashid have already nagbigay na siya ng extrajudicial confession in front of assisted by a counsel. No? Sinabi na niya lahat yung nalalaman niya.
Can you divulge some?
Meron na siyang sinabi na niya itong mga grupo niya, kung yung iba medyo confidential, no, yung sinabi niya. That's why we still have follow-up operations and we expect most probably, hopefully, makuha natin yung isa or dalawa pa na sinasabi nilang kasama nila.
Sir, is this
based on his confession.
Is this a cause for alarm? Kasi parang nakakapag-establish sila ng isang cell. So far, isa pa lang, baka meron pang iba pa pala.
Well, itong ginagawa natin, no? That's why we are on full alert, no? Isa yan. That's isang reason yan kung bakit, yun nga, sabi ng ating Chief PNP is we are on high security threat level. So that our target hardening measures, which includes, no, yung intelligence gathering natin, yung counter-terrorism operations natin, ay ini-strengthen natin. That's the main reason kung bakit tayo naka-full alert, especially the PNP. No? And of course, sila kasi na-monitor natin at there are intelligence operatives that are monitoring yung mga ganitong grupo at yung kanilang mga activities.
Sir, isa na lang po kay Colonel Coronel. Sir, you mentioned a while ago about Facebook sa suspect. Paano naging helpful yung Facebook para ma-arrest itong?
Part of the investigation process we made is checking with social media. We know that they are using Facebook and other platforms to disseminate their information. And that is why we're very fortunate that he is registered as a user. That's why you can verify his status and his activities. But of course, we have to check this with our informants on the field. And based on the investigation, we were able to establish his connection with this group of AKP.
Sir, yung sa CCTV muna siya na-identify bago niya na sa Facebook?
No, his name was already part of our persons of interest at the time that we were conducting the operations. And at that time, we did not find out that he was still in Bulacan. We thought he was one of those who already left the area. But then our informants in the field and follow-up operations showed that he was only hiding. And that's why on December 3, we were able to arrest him while he was retrieving his his belongings from the hospital and about to flee from the area. Una-una, makita mo yung pictures niya. Makikita niyo yung pictures niya. In fact, you can see some persons there now who are also part of our investigation. And there are other information which would rather keep it classified at this moment pending results of our follow-up operations. Well, apparently, this is the first time they were being tasked to conduct such mission. Yes, as planned by the AKP group in Mindanao, and you will be able to find out in his Facebook account that he has associates or linkages with persons coming from Southern Philippines. So we're exploiting that information now. That's a possibility we're considering. But at now, we have established that they are connected with the AKP group, Ansal al-Khalifa in the Philippines. So we'll find out in the coming days if we'll be able to arrest the other members of this cell.
Good morning, sirs. Hi, sirs. Good morning. Sir, ano nangyari dun sa 2 remaining suspects? May leads na ba or yung initial information natin na nakipagbakbakan sila with Maute Group? Na-confirm na ba natin yun, sir? Or ayan.
Yung 2 other suspects, they're now subject of our follow-up operations. Hopefully from today until tomorrow, meron tayong maging outcome, no? Output dun sa follow-up operations being conducted by the elements from NCRPO.
But they're still in Mindanao, sir.
Yung isa, sinabi nga nila na bumalik, no? Yung isa, sinasabi nila na bumalik immediately because na-recall daw because of the offensives being conducted by the Armed Forces of the Philippines versus the Maute Group dun sa may Marawi, no? Pero yung isa, we believe na nandito pa sa either dito sa NCR or nearby provinces.
Okay.
Cavite or yung adjacent provinces dito sa NCR.
Opo. Sir, kanina umaga may nakuhang parang peking IED sa Manila. Meron bang connection ito, sir, or may sa series ng mga threats dito sa Metro Manila? Are we looking at those things?
At around 6:10 in the morning today, 2 street sweepers again discovered a suspicious package at University de Manila premises in Intramuros. They brought this package to the Manila City Hall and attempted to surrender it to our civil security force and City Hall detachment, thinking that it might be contained explosive device. And from there, our City Hall detachment called our EOD team, our bomb technicians who responded to the area, and upon rendering safe procedures and disruption, they found out that it was a bomb hoax or a package which was designed to look like an improvised explosive device. So it poses no danger at all from the very start. We were able to recover certain portions and parts, and which we're trying to investigate right now. Who planted that bomb, possibly as a false alarm to divert attention, or maybe as a bomb scare. So that's subject of investigation.
Subject of the investigation. Pero sir, the street sweepers brought those bombs using their bare hands going to the City Hall.
That's what is scary actually. That was scary doon. Kaya nataranta yung mga tao doon sa sa City Hall, no. That should have not been the case. Kasi dapat hindi niya ginalaw 'yon. Kailangan sinabi lang niya sa kapulisan natin 'yon, and then let our EOD K9 to clear that item, no. Mali yung ginawa ng street sweeper this time, no. Unlike totally different dun sa ginawa nung nauna na ni-report niya yung nakita niyang suspicious item.
Okay.
This one dinala niya. Dinala niya dun sa City Hall, kaya nataranta yung mga tao dun sa City Hall.
Okay, sir. Part na yun ng education natin sa public because
That's part of no. Kaya nga inuulit-ulit natin sa public, sa ating mga kababayan, na if ever nakita silang anything suspicious, any item or any bag, naka-box na anything suspicious, wag nilang galawin, no? Pabayaan lang nila, leave it there, and then just inform the authorities, no, or the PNP personnel dun sa pinakamalapit na police station.
Okay. Sir, again, tinitingnan pa natin kung pwedeng interconnected tong mga bagay na ito. Okay. Alright, sir. Thank you.
Kung wala na, thank you and good morning. Yes.
Iprinesenta po ng PNP ang ikatlong sospek kaugnay sa IED na iniwan malapit sa US Embassy noong November 28. Kinilala ang ikatlong sospek na si Mohamed Humau As. Miyembro raw ng Ansar al-Khalifa Group itong si Humau As na may operasyon sa mga karatig probinsya sa norte kabilang na ang Bulacan. Nagtago raw sa Bulacan itong si Humau As nang maaresto ang kasamahan niyang si Alias Rasid. Nang akala niyang wala ng follow-up operation ay kukunin daw dapat ng sospek ang kanyang mga gamit sa ospital para tumakas at doon na siya nahuli. December 3 nahuli si Humau As sa tulong daw ng Facebook ayon sa PNP. Sa ngayon, nagbigay na ng extrajudicial confession sa harap ng abogado si Humau As. May 1 o 2 pa raw siyang kasama na target ngayon ng follow-up operations ng PNP. Ayon kay NCRPO Chief Police Chief Superintendent Oscar Albayalde, tuloy-tuloy ang counter-terrorism operation ng PNP at naka-full alert status pa rin. Samantala, kanina pasado 6:00 ng madaling araw ay meron na namang isang mukhang IED na nakuha ang 2 street sweeper sa Intramuros. Dinala ito sa Manila City Hall kung saan ni-render safe operation ito ng EOD. False alarm naman daw ito at peke ang IED. At yan po ang ating live coverage. Tutok lang dito sa GMA News TV para oras-oras, alam mo. Ako po si Mav Gonzalez. Magandang umaga.